This is Spirit Spotlight.
Bethune cuts in. Bethune now finds Rodman. Flag stays down. Rodman off the post and in. The first shot of the game produces the first goal of the game, and the Spirit go on top.
Your official Washington Spirit source for exclusive interviews, official postgame show, and all things Spirit throughout the season.
Welcome back, Bram Weston Show, ESPN 630, the Sports Capital. We're getting set for our match tonight. It's the Spirit and the Seattle Reign down at Audi Field. One of the pieces of news of the week is that 6 members of the Spirit have been called up to the U.S. Women's National Team, including all 3 of their draft picks that were in the top 7 of this past draft, including Hal Hershfelt, who had never been called up before. And earlier this week, I had a chance to catch up with her. Here with Spirit rookie Hal Hershfelt. How's the rookie season going?
Going good. I've been enjoying it. Thanks for having me.
So, I mean, that was an opportunity for you to not be humble. You guys are having a great first season, right?
We're having a good first season.
Yeah.
It's been great. I mean, the team's been great with helping us get settled in and everything, and I feel like that's helped a lot when it comes to our performance and everything.
When you talk about the team has helped you settling in, what do you mean by that? Like, how have they helped the rookies kind of incorporate into the Spirit?
I mean, just helping us adapt to the style of play and, like, the culture the culture here has been really good. I mean, we came in and they kind of took us under our wing and, under their wing to kind of show us, like, what was going on around here, how they wanted it to go. So I think it's been good. Yeah.
And how about the veterans? How have they kind of fostered the environment to kind of help everybody get incorporated and get on the same page?
Yeah, I think when it comes to like our style of play, they're really helpful. Especially for me, I play like right next to Andy, and she's been great in regards to like helping me learn my new role here, which has been really good.
Did you know what to expect when you showed up here?
No, I honestly came in with, I feel like your rookie season, you kind of have to go in with no expectations. I mean, I knew I was in good hands coming here. I mean, I was so excited to be here, but when it comes to like, playing time, like where I was going to play, stuff like that, I feel like you really just have to go in with no expectations.
And then for you, so you get drafted 5th overall, you're going to go high. Here's a team that traded away veterans to make room for people like yourself and Croy. I guess you kind of knew that you would have a pretty prominent role here, or at least expected to have one early with the team?
Once again, obviously we want to come in and we want to fight for those spots because there is a little path cleared for us at that point.
Yeah.
But once again, just going in with no expectations. I mean, going in wanting to put your head down and just fight your way into that lineup, I feel like is really important. And I feel like as rookies, you come in kind of like young blood, like hungry.
Yeah. I
think we all came in with that mindset, and it's been going pretty well for us.
And they're learning about you on the fly as well. We've seen a lot of versatility on the field from you. How have you kind of matriculated through all of that, where you're kind of showing off all the different ways you can help the team?
Yeah. It's been fun for sure. I've always liked to play multiple positions, like through the back line and midfield. So it's not anything crazy different for me, but the other game I played outside back, that was really fun. I think for what's helped me is not looking at it so specific position based. I feel like more so I'm in this space now, I'm still gonna play the same. I'm gonna play with the brain of a midfielder in an outside back position. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not super I am right back now. It's just kind of, with the game, I feel like you have to play it out.
Have you always had that mindset, or did that kind of come around when you got here?
I feel like I've always kind of had that mindset. At Clemson, not that I played in the back line often, but, if people went down or if something happened, I would end up floating around the back line a lot, or even when I was playing holding mid, I'd have to take up different positions. Similar to what Andy does now, kind of leaking over to outside back sometimes, I would have to do that. So I feel like it's just... yeah, it's something I've been used to, but here I've been able to put it to the test, being at a higher level.
Yeah.
The stakes are definitely higher, but I've been enjoying it, so.
Let me talk about your rookie class here for a moment. Corey Bethune has 7 assists. One of her goals was just changed to an assist, which is a record in 10 matches. Mm-hmm. And then you've had this instant impact, and Kate has had this instant impact. It must be, how do you kind of wrap your head around, what the role this class has played in the success here early?
We're obviously a talented class. We came from good programs, but I think it's, once again, that intrinsic motivation to just want to come in and make a difference. we all got drafted pretty high, and I feel like there's a lot of expectations that come with that, especially when you're coming to a club that's as well known as the Spirit. I feel like that kind of lights a fire under you that you want to come in and make a difference.
I don't want to bury the lead. One of the reasons why we're talking to you this week is for the first time you're getting called up to the women's national team, which must be really cool. Yeah. Can you kind of just describe how you feel about finding out that that's happening?
I mean, it's just an honor. I mean, I've never even been in like a youth call-up or anything like that, so this is like...
Really?
Yeah, this is like my first time ever, and it's just an honor. I feel like this is something that I've been wanting for so long, and it's finally happening, so I'm just feeling very grateful.
What do you think happened? Why didn't you get called up before?
I don't know. I guess, I mean, growing up, I kind of moved around a lot, like every 2 years, and I feel like you can't really set roots and like have people get to know you if you're constantly on the move. But I mean, I'm ready for it now, and I'm so excited. I'm very thankful. And
how are you thinking about the opportunity? What would you like to show the women's national team when you get the opportunity to practice and play with them? Just
that I'm ready to work. Like, once again, I feel like here I get thrown into different positions all the time. Not all the time, but occasionally. Just my versatility, and then I'm ready to work wherever I get thrown.
Yep. And there's a number of your teammates that are going as well.
Yeah,
so it's going to be very cool.
I'm so excited about that. Yeah, that definitely is nice, having a few familiar faces there.
All right, let's talk about this weekend a little bit. Friday night, you get Seattle. It's first rematch of the year for the team. It was, considering where they are now, I think you must look back at that and go, that was not us, that first match of the season.
I mean, that was our first match of the season. Like we talked about, we had a lot of new faces, a lot of people trying stuff out. You know, unfortunate events back in the first game. We gave up like an early goal, so I'm ready to get that rematch. I think it'll be exciting for all of us. We're pretty stoked to see them again.
It's amazing. Like, you all collectively got 2 shots, 1 on goal, and then here we are 9 weeks later, and you had 4 goals in the first half.
Yeah.
So things have really dramatically changed.
We've come a long way, and when it comes to putting opportunities in.
I've also been told, because you're bringing the pups to the stadium this weekend, you have a cat, though.
I have a cat.
Right?
No, I'm a cat.
A famous cat.
Yeah, a famous cat. Bobby.
Bobby, the one-eyed cat?
Yes.
Is that right? Mm-hmm. Can you tell us the story of Bobby, please?
How I got her?
Sure, anything. Anything.
Oh, I was in Clemson, and I went to the shelter. I wasn't even expecting to get a cat, honestly, and I saw her, and I was like, this one's perfect, because, I mean, she's so unique. She doesn't have a tail. She doesn't have an eye. So yeah, she's 1 in a million. I got her. She's great. She's like a little dog, plays fetch and everything. Oh. I know. What
do you mean you saw her? Saw her where? Just walking around?
No. I remember she was in like the last cage behind the door, so I didn't even see her. My mom was with me. My mom actually saw her first and was like, I think you're gonna come over here. And I was like, what do you mean? And I saw her and I was like, she's perfect. I need to take her home. She was free because she was so messed up. So I literally just took her back home in the box that they gave her to me in. And
I love that you say that she's perfect. The one with 1 eye and no tail.
Yes.
That you looked around, that's the one.
It's about personality. She was great. She was great.
What's her personality?
She's just so like friendly and social. She'll walk up to anyone and want to get to know them. She's the best.
Hal, thank you so much for the time. Good luck the rest of the season. Congratulations on the call up to the national team.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
All right, so that's Hal Hershfelt. Let's get into the match a little bit here for a couple of minutes. They take on Seattle, who's had a really rough go this year, 2-1-7. 7 losses actually matches the most that they had all of last year.
Oh, man.
They have been held scoreless in 3 of their last 5. They have lost 5 straight matches on the road. They're 1-6 when the other team scores first. And their leading scorer, Bethany Balser, is not playing tonight because she got an accumulation of yellow cards in their last match. So she's not even playing tonight. Look.
Don't call it a trap game.
I'm not in the position at this point to put pressure on anybody, but a home game against them, they're on a short week, came across the country. I don't know.
Holiday weekend.
I know.
You know?
I just, this is one of those where the Spirit are sitting right near the top of the table, and this feels like if they get away with anything other than a draw and not even and not a win, I mean, it's going to be a disappointment. So they kind of have to. They got to get points tonight because it's just set up for them to get them.
I would agree with you too, and especially because it is a rematch of the first game of the season, where Seattle literally scored in the first minute of the game. Trinity Rodman was serving her red card suspension from the playoffs last year.
Yeah.
Just a really bad set of circumstances in that game. Not only to literally start without her and then give up a goal in the first literal minute of the game, and then looking at how the standings have shaken out, you're looking back at that game going, what happened?
Yes.
I mean, granted, a lot of young players on this team, so it was their first action for a lot of them, but this is one of those ones where you've got to think that they're going to show up to this saying, we cannot lose this one, especially against this team in the state that they're in.
I mean, considering where the Spirit are now, when you look back at the first one, they were outshot 14-2. And got one on target. Now, unusually, actually, the Spirit have scored a lot. Like, they're very close to matching their season total from a year ago, but they actually don't come anywhere near the top of the table in terms of shots. So they make the most of the opportunities that they have. They're great finishers, is what it is. Seattle struggles to even get attempts on net. So this feels like this should go Washington's way tonight. But, it's soccer, and it's a couple set pieces or bad mistakes away from being in a hole. And then this team, you'll see tonight, Seattle plays a very coordinated defensive front. They move people back. They play a specific diamond. I was talking to Gabby Vincent earlier, who's on the call with us, and she was like, they're going to force things to the outside, but that's where Rodman kills people. Where, so this could be another big night for her. She hasn't had back-to-back scoring matches. She had 2 in the last match. She hasn't had back-to-back ones in like over a year.
Wow.
So that would be interesting if she can then get on the board again. And then I saw this one other stat about her, which I thought was amazing. Both of her goals last week were off her left foot. Of the 19 goals she's had in all competitions, those are only numbers 2 and 3 where she scored with her left foot. So I don't know. Something woke up in her.
Little change up there.
Yeah. And also last week we had the 6 goals combined in 36 minutes. It was the most ever combined in an NWSL match ever in that span of time. You're not going to get that tonight.
Yeah, right.
Seattle doesn't allow this to happen, and seemingly without mistakes by your team are almost incapable of scoring on their own. So if it's scoreless at half, that wouldn't surprise me.
Sure.
And hopefully it isn't, but like that wouldn't surprise me and also wouldn't really concern me, honestly.
The Nationals are playing right across the street at the same time. Who scores more tonight, the Nats or the Spirit?
They got Seattle?
Uh-huh.
Oh, Seattle.
Oh, yeah, good call there.
That's weird.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Wow. That's bizarre,
That's
actually.
a nice little weekend, actually, for
That
you.
is really strange. Really strange.
I'm going to have to add that to my halftime scoreboard update. Seattle at Washington across the street.
I think the over-under on both teams will be 3.
Sounds
2.5.
Right. Sounds about
2.5 on both of them. We'll see where it ends up.
This has been Spirit Spotlight, an official presentation of the Washington Spirit Radio Network. Listen live every Friday afternoon with Bram Weinstein at 3:40 on ESPN 630 in DC and anywhere from the ESPN 630 app.